Hello guys, this is Paritosh and welcome to 8th video on AWS Rated R tutorial. Today we're gonna learn about S3, which is Object Storage Service provided by AWS. S3 simply means Simple Storage Service. It is a web service provided by AWS where we can store objects. It is the object-based storage service. That means we can only store object-based file in it. We cannot store operating system or game kind of file. For those kind of file, we have different service called block storage service, which we will discuss in later videos. We can retrieve object in S3 through internet. Files can be from 0 byte to 5 terabyte and there is unlimited storage. In S3 we can create a bucket. Bucket name must be unique, and in small case inside bucket we can upload object, or we can create folder inside the bucket and then store object in it. So guys, this is also important for the exam, the format of DNS name. So once we create the bucket, AWS provide us a DNS name and the format is S3 EU West 1. EU West 1 is the region, then Amazon AWS.com/bucket name, the name that we provide to our bucket while we creating it. So the format is important for the exam also. And then object has key value, version ID and metadata. So metadata is nothing but the date of creation and modified any modification details. And then ACL, access control list. So S3 has three classes: standard infrequent, which we also call as standard IA, and reduced redundancy storage, which is also known as RRS. We can perform different action on object while lifecycle management, and we can have multiple variants of an object in the same bucket, which is called versioning. So guys, now we will do some hands-on S3, and again we will come back to the theory where we will discuss some exam tips also. So we just go to AWS Management Console and click on it and click on all services. We find storage and click on S3. This will take us to the S3 Management Console. So in S3 Management Console we can check create new bucket, upload your data, or set up your permission. So we click on create bucket, and here we provide the bucket name. And guys, please be informed that bucket name must be in lowercase and it must be unique. So like if we provide bucket name AWS cloud and click on next, it will say bucket name already exists. That means someone had already took this name, so we cannot give this name to our bucket. So we must have to give a unique name. So what should I give? Okay, so let's try cloud AWS. Okay, and then we choose region from here. You can choose any region you want, but I would suggest you to choose the region which is very close to you, and I choose Mumbai because it is near to me and it reduces the latency. And we click on next. Here we can define versioning, tags or encryption, but for now we just keep everything as default. We click on next. Here we can set permission, make the bucket public, but for now let us keep everything as default and click on next. And here we can review the page, all the settings that we have given to our bucket, and then we click on create bucket. This will create the bucket. Okay, and we can check that the bucket symbol is also there. So we click here and we can check all the configuration detail that we have provided while creating the bucket, or we can directly click on the bucket and it will take us inside the bucket. And inside the bucket we have also those options that we were using while creating the bucket. So we will check it one by one. So we goes to property option. So in properties we can check there are versioning, server access logging, object level logging, and everything is disabled because we didn't define anything while creating the object, while creating the bucket. Now we go to permission tab. In permission tab we can check only this account has access on the object to read and write permission, and no other account or no other person has any access on this bucket. In permission tab we also have different options like bucket policy. So policy is just a permission document which is in JSON format. We can create the permission document and then attach it to the source or users or group or roles, and it defines just a permission. So we can create here the permission document policy and then we can attach it to the bucket. So CORS, it means cross origin resource sharing, defines a way for the client web application that are loaded in one domain to interact with the resources in a different domain. We can simply understand it by a simple case scenario, like if we want to host web font from S3 bucket, both are in different domain, then we can use this option. Okay, then we go and check in what is in management tab. So in management tab we have lifecycle. We can create a rule for the object to transfer them from one storage class to another with this option. In replication we can enable cross region replication and copy our bucket from one region to another region. This is important when we considered our backup, or if we want our object to be available in another region without any latency, we use this option. So in analytics, so this option, if we enable, S3 will start analyze all the access pattern on all the objects inside the bucket and help us to define the storage class for them. This in turn help us to reduce the cost. But guys, this is a paid service, so please bear in mind before enabling this analytics option. And then we have metrics. We have different metrics that we can monitor, like storage, request and data transfer, and we can monitor them in interval of 1 hour, 3 hour, 12 hour or 1 day. Then we have inventory option. So in inventory we can receive inventory reports on daily basis or weekly basis as a CSV file. Okay, so we again go to overview and we try to upload an object. So we click on upload, we click on add files, and then let us upload my rated R icon. Okay, and then we click on next. We let everything as default. Here we can define any permission if we want, and then we click on next. Here we can define a storage class like standard infrequent or reduced redundancy. By default it always choose standard, so for now we keep everything as default and click on next. Here we can review and then we click on upload to upload our object. So here we go. So here is our object. If we click on here we can see all the settings that we define to this object while creating the object, or we can click on object and can visit these tabs, properties and permission. Right now only owner has permission on this object, no one else has permission. Object is also not public. And in properties tab we can check all the settings that we define, like storage class is standard, metadata is 1 metadata, and we have not defined any encryption and tags, so these are disabled. So one thing guys I want to show you, once we upload the object, AWS provide us with a link. Let us copy this link and paste it in another browser. So it gives us an error message. So why it gives us an error message? Because the object that we uploaded has any permission, that is no one can access this object. So to access this object through internet we have to make it public. It is very simple. You just need to click on make public icon, and once it says success, it means that the object is now public and anyone can access it. Let us check. We go to the browser and we refresh. Here we go, and we can check our object through internet. So guys, we check that we can upload any object to S3 and can access it through internet. Okay, so let me show you how to delete the bucket. we click on here, we can either select empty the bucket. It will empty all the delete all the object and empty the bucket, but it will not delete the bucket. Here we can delete the bucket, but we have to provide the bucket name, exact name. So we give cloud AWS and then click on confirm. So this delete our bucket. Okay guys, so this is all for the video. I hope you have learned something. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and keep learning. See you in next video. Thank you.